Hello everyone, this is Eagle Owl. This video is called Steroids, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm going to explain a little bit about steroids and then I'm going to give my own personal opinion on them. Okay, so basically when a person is taking steroids, they are injecting a man-made form of the hormone that males naturally produce, which is testosterone. And testosterone is the hormone which, when produced in the male, gives you all your male characteristics, the ability to build more muscle than females generally, you know, the more facial hair, the deeper voice. Okay, so the thing about steroids is whenever you take them, you're putting more of the body's testosterone in its system, so it's amplifying your body's ability to produce those secondary male characteristics that you would get without it. It amplifies that. Whenever a bodybuilder takes them, they often take a way higher dosage than what a doctor would recommend for somebody who's taking it for normal replacement therapy. And not only do they take too high a dosage, because a lot of times they think the higher you take, the more results you're going to get. They also take it for an extremely extended period of time. So what happens is your body is very intricate and your body is very complicated. And what happens is if you take it for a long, long time without a break, your body can sense that it has a really high level of testosterone in it. And what it does is it stops producing its own because it sees that the level is high, and so it doesn't produce it. And then when you eventually go off of steroids, your body's natural count has diminished drastically. Like the count is so low that it's insufficient for a male. And then it takes a long, long time for that number, your natural levels, to rise again. It takes a long, long time. And depending on how long you've been abusing it that way, it can almost struggle to ever get to that level again. And so another thing is the people that are trying to be more responsible when they're taking steroids, like not harm their body so much, and instead of just going all out, like crazy with it, they will go a certain amount of time on and a certain amount of time off. Like let's say they'll take them for 3 or 4 months straight, and then they'll do like a month of rest. And then since they're not on it for too long, whatever amounts that your body does lower, it's able to recover and bring your natural testosterone level back to where it belongs. And then after taking a break for a little bit and getting your body's ability to produce its natural amount back where it belongs, then they go back on it again, and that's called cycling it. Cycling means so long on and then so long on a break. What often happens with people that take too much steroids for too long a time, and without cycling off at all, or just taking it for too many years in general in high levels, even if they do cycle off, what often happens is it's stressful on your internal organs. So what will happen is your kidney begins to struggle with its functions. Your heart, it stresses out your heart in a major way, and other organs. And a lot of people will die a premature death, especially let's say WWE people and certain sport and strength athletes. The ones that are really abusive with it for many, many years, like 10, 20 years, a common cause of death will be, they'll say, from heart failure. And it won't list on the autopsy cause of death steroids. It'll say heart failure. But the reason the heart had its failure is because the steroids have overwhelmed the organ. Your heart is trying to pump. Your heart is trying to work for way too much muscle and weight for a body that heart isn't designed to work for, and it becomes stressed from the steroids, and it just eventually gives out. And numerous athletes have died a premature death from their heart failing on them. So that's the bad part. That's the ugly. Now, there are people in the bodybuilding industry, like I said, that they won't go stupid high doses. They'll take some and they'll cycle off, on, off, and for a limited time. And under those circumstances, it's less risky. I'm not going to say I do or don't promote them, but just give them the facts on it. And then the other circumstance is there's a legitimate medical benefit. Like some people go in for medical reasons and they get what's called hormone replacement therapy. And what that is a doctor checks your levels, like the way they would check your sugar level or other levels, oxygen levels in your blood. They check your levels, and if your testosterone count appears to be lower than what is considered the normal range, and this often happens to people who get up there in age or other various conditions. If they see that count is lower than the norm, they can set you up on hormone replacement therapy. And when they do that, it's typically a lesser level than what bodybuilders take, okay? But your body is getting more than it would produce on its own. And it's basically taking you back to the equivalent of the testosterone level that your body would have been producing when you was like 18, 20 years old. And now all of a sudden you will have the ability to produce more muscle again. You will heal more rapidly. So many people get, like I said, they get put on it for legitimate medical reasons. And usually the people that are put on it under those circumstances, they usually don't have as often premature health conditions like a professional world-class bodybuilder would have, who's going excessive high dosages for like sometimes a couple of decades. The person who's on it for medical reasons, they routinely go back to the doctor and have all their levels checked and blood work done to make sure that nothing is in a danger area. So they're being monitored, and if any of their levels, like if their kidneys, their heart, if any of their levels start to go out of the healthy range, then the doctor knows to lower the dosage or maybe stop the dosage. And so there's that scenario. In my opinion on the steroids is, I won't say that I promote it and that you should do it, and I won't say that it's automatically a bad thing and automatically evil and that it should be avoided at all costs, because it does have its time and place where it can be beneficial. Someone who's 50, 55, 60 and trying to maintain a healthy, active, fit lifestyle, but they see that their levels are low, they go to a doctor gives them some, but it's not really a lot, and it's not really stressing their their internal organs that much. Like I said, it can be a benefit. People that have certain other medical conditions, they may heal quicker from those conditions. So it does have its place. So like I said, I'm not going to say that it's automatically bad and should always be avoided, and I'm not going to say it's a great thing, everyone should do it. Like, everyone has to decide for yourself what you're going to do, but that's just some of the facts on steroids themselves. I have never done them. For one thing, I don't like needles. I wouldn't like the thought of using a needle every day, and for another, it's extremely expensive, and so there's that. I have been doing SARMs, which many people who tune into my channel are aware of. I've been doing SARMs for probably right at 1 whole year now, because this is March as I film this video, and I think I first started trying SARMs a year ago in March. And the thing about SARMs is they're more selective, so they assist you in being able to build more muscle more efficiently and recover more efficiently, but they don't tend to stress your organs the way that steroids do, and it's way, way cheaper. You know, like 10% the price of being on steroids. So I'm not going to use this video to get into a lot of detail on SARMs, but I just wanted to make the point that I have never taken steroids, but I have been taking SARMs for a year, and I'm definitely seeing good results with that. But anyway, thanks for watching the channel. More videos to come. I try to make one a week. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. This is Eagle out. Thanks for watching.